everybody, it's Lauren. I'm back today with another video. Today's video is going to be my top neutral eyeshadows. First, I'm going to start off with some of my single eyeshadows, and then I'm going to move on into my palettes because I have a little more wider range with palettes. I have some more low end, and then I have some more high end. So if you would like to see this video, stay tuned. Okay, starting off with some more single eyeshadows. I have these two neutral eyeshadows by Wet n Wild, and they're definitely my favorites. I love Brulee. It's this really nice matte, like vanilla color, and it's really pretty just all over the eyelid up to the brow. And then you can add this color Nutty, which is this really pretty, this brown color that has more of like a satin finish, and this is really pretty with Brulee, and this is really pretty in the crease with Brulee all over the lid. So that is definitely a go-to easy look that I do a lot that's very neutral. Another kind of single eyeshadow that I have is, it's actually a cream shadow, and it's a cream but it dries to like a powder finish, and this is a Buxom cream shadow in the color Cully. And this is what the color looks like. It's this really, really, really pretty champagne color. It has slight sparkle in it. Let me see if I can get a good swatch. This makes a really great base, but it also makes a really great eyeshadow. Like I said, it dries to a powder finish, so you can wear it as both. But I love this shadow. It's a great just kind of go-to shadow if you're like in a hurry and you just want to put this over the lid for a really fast kind of sweep of color to kind of get you out the door. Okay, so now I'm going to start off with my more smaller palettes. So more smaller cheap palettes is this palette by Wet n Wild, and this is the Comfort Zone. Now this palette I believe retails right around $4.99, so it's very budget friendly, and it has great pigmentation. Over here you have more of the neutral shades. You have some really great neutral shades, but you can also add like a little bit of color to it. But I really love this palette, and for the price you can't beat it. So it's definitely a good kind of go-to neutral eye palette. Wet n Wild also sells a couple really great just kind of trios, and a couple of them, like two of them I have on hand, is the Silent Treatment and Sweetest Candy. So if you don't want the whole palette, you can pick these up for right around $2. Okay, so another smaller eyeshadow palette that I have is this NYX 10 color eyeshadow palette, and this is in the color Caviar and Bubbles. Now this is a really great travel friendly palette. It's very slim and sleek, the packaging is, so it's great to put in your purse or in your travel bag. Opening it up, you have a really great mirror, but also you have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You have 10 really great neutral everyday shadows that are really nice. These shadows are really nice and pigmented too, and they're really creamy, and they're really easy to blend. So for the price of this palette, it's just a really great deal for what you get. It's very budget friendly. So I really like this. Definitely like one of my first kind of more neutral palettes, and I got a lot of use out of it, and I think for the price it's really, really, really great quality. So this is a really great palette, and like I said, it retails right around $10. So a little more of a high-end, smaller eyeshadow palette would be this Bare Minerals palette, and I've featured this in a couple videos here lately. I have this going in a giveaway right now. I had gotten it for Christmas, and then I ordered one because I loved it so much for a giveaway. So I'll link the giveaway below so you can check it out. But I love this packaging to this. It's very slim and sleek. It also tells you the colors on the back. And then opening it up, you have some great neutral shades. And I think it's great because they're a little more, the shades are a little more of a warmer tone, but you have some really great neutrals in here, and then you have a really couple great colored shadows too. And this is actually what I have on the lids today. And I have a tutorial coming up of this eye look because I had a ton of requests to do it. So this is another nice, really nice palette. It's a little more expensive than the that I previously just shown, but it's still a really great option. Okay, so moving into more palettes, These are all a little more high-end palettes, but the first one is the Neutral palette by The Balm. Now, this retails, I want to say on the website, right around between $40 and $45. It's right around that $40 range, which it is cheaper than the Urban Decay palettes, but it's still pretty pricey. But what I would recommend for this, is look out on HauteLook, because you can get this palette for $18 when it's on there, and that's what I did. So I only paid $18 for this palette, and which I think is a really great deal. So if you get it at that price, it's really not that bad. So this is the packaging. Again, very sleek packaging. It shows you all the colors on the back. It opens up and you have a really huge mirror. And then you have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. You have 12 shadows right here. All really great neutral shadows. These shadows are awesome. They're super buttery, super pigmented. They blend unbelievably. And I love these. I just think it has such great, color options right here. I love it. This is the brush that comes with. I really honestly don't use the brush, and also with this palette, I think The Balm has just such cute packaging that I love it. So I would definitely, if you don't have this palette, check it out, because especially if you can get it on HauteLook for $18, you cannot beat that. Okay, so another palette that I just recently gotten, and I've only used this 3 times, but again, I'm in love with it, and this is the Lorac Pro palette. I got this for Christmas. And it has almost similar packaging to the Neutral palette, very slim, kind of like that cardboard feel. The lid's magnetized. And you open it up and you again have a really nice mirror. I really like packaging like this because they're really nice to kind of, travel with. So when you open it up, you have 16 colors. And I can already say, just by the few times that I've used this, I love this palette better than my Naked 1 and Naked 2 combined. I love this palette. The eyeshadow quality is absolutely hands down amazing. They're absolutely amazing and unbelievably pigmented. I barely touched to get this pigmentation. They just give you a really great look. Also, why I love this palette so much that the Urban Decay palettes do not offer. It's 50-50 shimmer and matte. You can't get that anywhere, because some days I want more of a matte look and some days I want a little more shimmer. So this palette is really nice. If you don't own any of the Urban Decay palettes, I would not even worry about buying them. I would buy this one. If I could do it over, I would buy this one and buy this one only over buying those two. And this one is cheaper than one of them. I think this retails for right around $43. So it's cheaper than an Urban Decay palette. It's way much better, and you get more shadows in this palette than you do in one of those. So I really recommend this palette. It's unbelievable. Like, this palette and the Bare Minerals palette, I seriously am so in love with. It's a revolutionary palette for me, so it's pretty amazing. So of course, the next 2 that I want to show you are my Naked palettes. You've all seen them. Naked 1 is a really great palette. Even though I love the Lorac palette more than these are still really great palettes. They really are. I think, though, after buying the 2 and using the 2, I think I honestly like Naked 1 better, though. It has a little more warm shades, but I just find myself, if I'm going to use a Naked palette, I always pick up Naked 1. I don't know why, but Naked 2, just every time I don't know, it just doesn't really... I'm not a big fan of the shadows like I thought I would be. I thought, honestly, before I bought it, that I would like Naked 2 better, and I really I don't. Maybe I can find more use out of it, play around with it a little more, and hopefully I will love it, because I've heard some people do that. They don't like it at first, and then they kind of play around with it, and then they end up absolutely loving it. So I'm hoping that happens in this case, but right now if I had to pick one, I would definitely pick Naked. But they're both really great palettes. So I think it's just personal preference, whether you like the Naked 1 or Naked 2 better. But I personally like Naked 1 better. But it's still a really great neutral palette. So overall, out of all the palettes, out of all the shadows that I showed you, I narrowed it down to a couple shadows that I think everybody should have in their collection. And so for an everyday shadow, I chose Brulee. And this is the Wet n Wild Icon, and then I also chose the Nutty. So I chose these two together, and I just think these two together are such an amazing, just go-to everyday look. When you're in a hurry, this is like the look that I go for when I'm really not wanting to like fuss around with, eyeshadows. Same way with the Buxom one. This is a really great shadow. It's great for, everyday go-to fast looks. An overall palette that I think is a great purchase. It was hard for me to choose between the Bare Minerals and the Lorac Pro, but I definitely hands down had to go for the Lorac Pro because you get more color choices and the eyeshadow is just overall amazing. So yeah, those were my favorite neutral eyeshadows. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until next time, I will talk to you guys all later. Bye!